Welcome back to Area DMG. I'm your host, Philip Wesley, the Mile High Mouth, and for today's episode of Suki Nihan for Area DMG, we are looking at Adventure Time Episode 2 of Season 8, Do No Harm. Well, Finn wakes up feeling a bit like crud because he doesn't know what is bothering him. Then Jake kind of reminds him, by running through some of the stuff that happened, about what happened to Susan Strong. So Finn decides to go see her, and Jake decides to stay with the grass fin to help him out because, he's going through some of his own little issues. So Finn goes to the hospital and ends up being drafted to work in the hospital by Dr. Princess, who's not really a doctor, it's just her name. Dr. Princess. She recounts that she went to the hospital to get an x-ray, but because her name is Doctor, she ended up just staying there. You have to worry a little bit about how people end up in these weird positions in Adventure Time. Anyways, Jake decides to take Grassfin on a trip to go fight evil. So Grassfin tracks down the grass wizard that made the original grass sword and beats him up. By the way, Grassfin's name is Fern now. So it's Fern Martins is his name. Pretty decent little episode there. The little montage and stuff with Finn trying to help some of these patients and then hurting them more is actually pretty funny. We got some pretty good little incidences there and performances by some of these characters, which I thought was pretty amusing. The grass Finn, or rather Fern, fighting off the grass tardigrades was pretty great. I also like the part where after everything goes belly up and he's decided, after delivering the grass wizard to the hospital and then Finn being like, okay, I can't actually help anymore with these. Grass Finn, or rather Fern, steals Starchy's bike and rides off into the sunset, which actually I thought was pretty funny. He steals the bike and Starchy's all like, my midlife crisis! And that was pretty great. Then Susan Strong wakes up in the hospital and that's the end of that episode. Pretty much I thought it was fairly balanced, a good little cooling down period after the last episode, which, after season 7's finale, that was kind of interesting. Also, they seem pretty dedicated to letting that particular enhancement stay put, which is pretty good, I think. Overall, pretty decent little episode. Little unexpected character development, or rather behind some of the background characters, and overall just pretty good cool down episode. I can almost call it filler, except it's not filler. You know what I mean? It's just that weird little thing where, it's got a few bright spots here and there, but I feel that this episode doesn't work that well if it's not attached to the previous episode. It's still funny on its own, and there's a lot of little great instances, like when Jake is trying to cheer up Finn at the beginning of it, and he's recounting stuff. He's just pushing bacon onto Finn, and it's all greasy, and it's sliding down. Yeah, it's got some pretty amusing little moments. But overall, just we're in season 8. Remember, there's going to be 9 seasons. This series ends next year, and then there's a movie. And they have been setting a lot of little building blocks building up to season 8, season 9, and it's nice to see some of those pay off. Quite a few little things to note. The Dr. Princess character is pretty hilarious in my opinion, and I thought that was pretty appreciated. Other than that, pretty good episode. Let me know what you thought of this episode. Let me know in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Share this if you haven't already. Like it if you haven't already. And make sure if you do subscribe to hit that little bell so that you are notified whenever we have new episodes. And until the next episode comes out, you are now caught up.
You got too much money, honey. All of this dust is threatening the structural integrity of the treehouse.
Who would have thought we could have too much treasure?